What's up, guys? So today on October Horrorfest, I'm reviewing 28 Weeks Later, the sequel to 28 Days Later, and the prequel to 28 Months Later. I'm just kidding. I don't think that's a thing. Not yet, anyway. So to recap, some activist assholes freed a caged chimp in Great Britain, which actually was infected, resulting in the spread of the rage virus, turning citizens into zombies. Well, they're not really zombies, but just crazy infected. Anyway, so back in the beginning of the outbreak, this guy Don and his wife were hiding out in a house in London when this little kid shows up seeking shelter. They let him in, but of course he brings a horde of infected with him. They quickly dispose of the survivors, leaving Don, his wife, and the kid upstairs. And when she refuses to give up the kid, Don abandons them and gets the hell out of there. I mean, yeah, who wouldn't? So now, back to modern time, the infected have all started dying off from starvation. NATO moved in and took control of the outbreak. Then, an American unit under the command of Idris Elba shows up and brings in survivors, including Don's two kids, to a quarantine zone. Sergeant Doyle was sent to guard the district where the survivors are. And shortly after, Don shows up, being found by the army. Later that night, Andy, who's Don's son, misses his mom so bad that the two kids sneak out and go back to their house where they find their mom basically uninfected. So they take the mom back to the quarantine zone, and it's found out that she's an asymptomatic carrier of the rage virus, which means she shows no symptoms. Later on, Don does some fuckery and goes to see Alice and begs for forgiveness for leaving her behind. She accepts his apology and asks for a kiss, and when he does, the stupid dummy contracts the rage virus and immediately turns. She's asymptomatic, dude. It doesn't mean she's cured. Fucking idiot. Gosh. Anyway, so he promptly beats her to death and then runs around the area infecting everybody. General Stone, which is Idris Elba, by the way, orders a code red for the zone and they go into lockdown. But despite this, Don still manages to break into a room full of survivors and damn near infects every last one of them. Come on, Don. Seriously, bro? So then, of course, the infected within the zone breach it and head out into the streets. Scarlett, who's a medical officer with the army, finds and rescues Don's kids, as I guess the army ordered for them to be shot. So she goes AWOL, and then Doyle joins them, and they escape through an underground tunnel. Then, Stone orders the zone to be bombed. And as you would expect, as the area gets destroyed, Don still makes it out. Don's like invincible, man, I swear. This fucking guy. So the kids hold the key to the cure of the rage virus because of their DNA, and their mom being asymptomatic. So Scarlett wants to get them to safety by any means necessary. Doyle's friend, Flynn, shows up with a helicopter, but he won't let them on out of fear of them being shot down. Then, this guy Sam, who's just a random guy in their group, he's also infected, by the way. He tries to get on the helicopter, and then Flynn, freaks out and just abandons them there. But not before telling Doyle to ditch the others and head to Wembley Stadium so he can pick them up. By himself. So the army then releases a nerve gas throughout the area to kill off the infected, and Doyle and crew are almost caught up in it. They try to escape in a car, but it won't start, so Doyle sacrifices himself by push-starting the car, and then is burned alive by a flamethrower. So I guess the army carries around flamethrowers now? Scarlett and the kids make it back underground, where they're confronted by Don. Damn it, Don, not again. He kills Scarlett and bites his son Andy, and then his daughter, Tammy, shoots him. Finally, fuck this guy. The kids escape and meet Flynn at the stadium, who flies them to France. Yeah, but the kid's infected. What are you doing? 28 days later... Hey, I did it again. 28 days later, Flynn's helicopter is shown abandoned as a voice on the radio requests help. Then we see infected running near the Eiffel Tower, indicating that the infection spread even more so. Yeah, you took an infected child to France, you stupid asshole. The end. So this one I thought was a lot better than the previous one. I mean, there's not a naked Cillian Murphy running around, but I guess it'll have to do. No, I mean, Jeremy Renner and Rose Byrne were great in this, and Idris Elba. It's actually the first time I remember seeing Renner in any film, really. And then that fucking Don guy. Dude, that guy was the cause of all this shit. Seriously. First he left his wife to die, then after she's infected he makes out with her, like a fucking asshole, and then he spreads the infection all over the damn world. Fucking Don. Alright guys, see you tomorrow.